Hello Squid, Scriva here with another Java 3D tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to be going over height maps. Now, before we actually get into the nitty-gritty of the height maps, we should probably know what a height map is. And a height map is if you grayscale without any shadows, if you take an image in grayscale of a terrain. So suppose you're working for NASA, right? And you wanted to make a thing that took data you got from a height map of took data you got from a JPG of Mars and put it into 3D space and model it into 3D space. You would use the technique called height mapping. So we're gonna do that right now. And if these guys aren't supposed to be here, but if you know what a texture map is, then you should know what a height map is. But anyways, let's get started by creating a plane. So we want to create a plane that is both on the X and Y X and Z axis, because if you look at it on a coordinate plane, X goes outwards, Y goes up, and Z goes towards you. And we want a flat plane. So we want to have X and Z, not Y, because if you had X and Y, you'd have a wall. So anyways, let's get started with making our plane. So int X is equal to 0, while X is less than the height or the width of your height map. And for Z, we want to say int Z is equal to 0, while Z is less than the height of your height map, and Z++. Now I will go over what we're going to do with why we are using specifically 257, and the reason we're using specifically 257 is because we want to make it so that we can. So it's the size of the image. So we have an image and we want to make it the size of the image. So you can just go into GIMP or something and find the size of the image. So let's just begin. And we don't really want quads. Reason being is because if you use quads and have a bunch of gaps in your plane, we want to use triangle strips. Okay, and gl.gl and alright. Oh. Uh-oh. What's this? This isn't what I want. No! Hold on. Excuse that. That was just a thing from an earlier time. Okay. So now we need to use gl.gl vertex 3D, and the double. We're gonna have some doubles here. We're just gonna say x 0 z, and if we just copy that, we say gl that, and we just want to say +1. And this is basically going to draw our plane. Now, if you run it, you will see that you don't end up with a plane. So let's just run it. And you can see there is no plane. It's just a black screen. So what we need to do is we need to set it so we have a camera looking at it. So to do this, we need to say gl camera cam. And I will have a download link for GL Camera and Vector 3 in the description. And alright, so now we just say cam.setupGL. Alright, and in here we just need to say cam is equal to new GL camera. Okay, now once we've done that, we can just say hold on, give me a second. Right, okay. Did it. Vector 3, so we don't need that. We just want to say cam.position.set to 0, 0, -10. And then we just need to say cam.lookat new vector 3 0, 0, 0. So let's just make it face 0, 0, 0. I mean, just for the hell of it. Yeah, 0, 0, 0, just for the hell of it. So let's have it do that. Now, it's still not going to work. If you run it, it's still not going to work fully. Reason being is because we haven't had anything to put in there yet. So we need to have something to put in there. So let's just go ahead and find where it is. Aha. Give me 1 second. Okay. So we're just going to say in here, I already put in GL is equal to draw.getGL, and we want to create a new glue. So glue. And we need to say glue is equal to new glue. And then we need to basically set the viewports. We need to set how far you can see, how far your camera can see. Because right now it's only seeing like a few feet without it seeing anything else. So we need to set it so it can see more. So we do that by saying gl.gl matrix mode at gl.gl projection. I believe it's projection, yes. And then gl.gl load identity. And then we need to say glu.glu perspective 45. It cast to a double. Cast to a double. I believe it's arg3 and arg3 over arg4, yeah. Over arg4. And basically it's just going to take this is basically just going to set the perspective. Like, because when GL calls this over the interface, it's going to set these variables, and it's just going to say, all right, this perspective is going to be this. So, and I don't. Excuse me if I seem like I don't know what I'm talking about, because I haven't dealt much with perspective. GL matrix mode gl.gl model view. It's just setting the matrix mode, so gl.gl load identity, right? And then gl.gl, this is going to set the viewport. So this is going to set how far you can see initially. This is just setting like what you can see, and this is setting how far you can see. So gl.gl view port, and let's just make it 0 by 0 and arg3 by arg4. Okay. Now if we run, if we're in luck, no, we didn't get anything. We don't have it, Scotty. No. Hold on. Alright, so I fixed the error. It was just that I wasn't looking at the right spot. So we get our little plane here. So that is basically the very basics of height mapping, and you can see that this is a plane that extrudes out, and this is just this is like this corner of the plane. It's not the entire plane. But that's basically the basics of making a plane. In the next tutorial, in part 2, out of 2, hopefully, I will cover how do you actually height map, and I think these will be uploaded sequentially. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope, please comment, like, subscribe, check out the channels while other squids, all that fun stuff, and have a nice day. Adiosos.